Dear students, thank you for joining us for today's webinar. Welcome to our webinar, and we will be starting shortly. We are of course waiting for a few more students to join us. In the meantime, if you have questions already on the topic of today's webinar, please go ahead and ask your questions in the Q&A section that we have. That's right, we have a whole team of panelists here who will be typing out the answers to all your questions. So you can go right ahead and start asking your questions in the Q&A section. I request you all to kindly avoid the chat facility to ask your questions, since that is only for technical difficulties. We also want to remind you, dear students, that we are currently accepting applications to the B.Ed program at MIT World Peace University. That's right, admissions are currently open, so you can log into admissions.mitwpu.edu.in and select the program of your choice and send in your admissions applications to us. Of course, with the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown of the country, I'm sure a lot of you must be feeling overwhelmed about the admissions process. We are here to assure you that the staff at MIT World Peace University is working relentlessly to make sure that the entire admissions process is streamlined to take care of all the admissions procedure on your behalf. Kindly note, dear students, that if the opportunity and if the need arises, we are in fact even open to take the entire admissions process online so that we can assist each one of you with the admissions process, especially during these uncertain times. We will be sharing those new policies just in a few days and will be updating it on our website. But in the meantime, you can send in your admissions applications to us, and we'll be happy to get in touch with you personally and let you know as to the next few steps of the selection procedure. My dear students, welcome once again to our live webinar today on our topic. I can see that we are having an overwhelming response, and it's a pleasure to have you here today on our live webinar. I want to take a quick moment to remind all of you that we are currently accepting admissions applications at MIT World Peace University for our B.Ed program. That's right, dear students, you can log into admissions.mitwpu.edu.in and send in your applications for the B.Ed program, and we will be happy to take it ahead and give you further relevant information on the selection procedure. As I mentioned earlier, these are uncertain times with the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown of our country. Given these times, I'm sure a lot of you must be overwhelmed with questions as to how the admissions process is going to pan out in the next few weeks. We here at MIT World Peace University are here to assure you that we are working relentlessly to make sure that the entire admissions process is streamlined in such uncertain times. We are currently working on our policies and ensuring that if the times do not change, we are even open to taking the entire process online so that every student who has applied for our programs can seamlessly go through the entire admissions procedure without facing any hurdles. We will be updating those policies in a few days on our website. But today we are here to tell you all about our program that we have here at MIT World Peace University and shine some light on our topic for today, how to make a career in teaching with the latest trends in education. You are in great company today with our esteemed faculty members who are here to tell you all about this topic. So dear students, go ahead and ask your questions in the Q&A section. And once we are done with today's presentation, we will be getting into a live Q&A section where all of your questions will be taken up by our esteemed faculty members who are present today. All right. So once again, a very warm welcome and thank you for joining us for our webinar today on how to make a career in teaching with the latest trends in education. And now I will be handing this over to Dr. Archana, who will be speaking to you more about this topic. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Very good evening to one and all. I welcome you all to this webinar on how to make a career in teaching with latest trends in education. I am Dr. Archana Chaudhary. I am head of School of Education, where we run Bachelors of Education and Masters of Education. As rightly said by Malala Yousafzai, one child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. So I must congratulate all of you. I must appreciate all of you that you all have chosen to become a teacher for your career. You have decided to take the teaching as your career. It is said that teachers can change lives with just the right mix of talk and challenges. But are we aware of the challenges? We all are living in this 21st century. So these demands of this 21st century are definitely different. The students' needs are different. Students' demands are different. The skills that students require are definitely different than it was a few years back. So we as teachers, we have to know these new challenges. We have to know the new trends in education. And that is why this teacher education program plays a very, very important role. When you decide to become a teacher, what kind of job prospects are in your mind? Is it only becoming a teacher? Yes. After doing B.Ed, you will definitely become a teacher in SSC, CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, IB board schools. But along with it, there are different prospects also. Nowadays, e-learning companies are emerging. Students and even parents are also fascinated by e-learning. After doing your B.Ed, you will be able to become a content writer, content developer, content creator in e-learning companies. You can start your own coaching classes. You can work as a private tutor. If you're from language background, you can work as a language trainer. Many educational researches are going on. So there also they require trained teachers. So you can work as research assistant. Even in government sector, you can become educational officer after completing UPSC and MPSC. When we are talking about career prospects, definitely the placements. There are different areas of placements. Along with schools, definitely junior colleges. If you have done your master's degree and BEd, you are eligible for junior colleges. And I'm happy to share that our students, they got 7.6 lakh per annum as highest CTC, and the average CTC, I can say it is 4.8 lakh per annum. Students, definitely teaching is also well paid job. What after BEd? Does your career stops after BEd? No. In fact, it's the beginning of your teaching career. After your BEd, you can complete your Masters of Education. You can do MA in Education. You can also pursue your PhD in Education. While doing this, you can also clear NET, SET, and Education. You can become principal, you can become coordinator, supervisor, even professor in the university. We at MIT WPU are definitely practicing all the new trends because we are aware that when we are talking about the skills required by the students, even we as professors should also practice the same. Here our students, when they go in the school for practice teaching, they use different methodologies. They get hands-on experience of internship in reputed schools. Here you will be able to learn foreign language while completing your BEd. We also conduct workshops, seminars, community service program. And I'm happy to share every year, 2 students get paid internship in reputed schools. I was talking about different pedagogies and different methodologies. So these are the different types of pedagogies that we as teacher trainers, we use in our classroom. And when our student teachers, they look at us, when we are implementing the pedagogy, it becomes very easy for them to apply those pedagogies in the school. In fact, it becomes their regular habit to use these pedagogies in the school. We always say that teacher's role is not only to teach. A teacher has to be all-rounder. So definitely, we at MIT WPU give you a lot of opportunity to showcase your talents. We conduct different kinds of curricular and co-curricular activities, and students enthusiastically participate in it, and they get certificate for that also. The Rural Immersion Program is one of the very unique program of MIT World Peace University. At one side, we are talking about global needs, but at the same time, we are also taking care of rural needs. Our student teachers, they go to villages, they talk to villagers, they talk to students, they talk to teachers over there, and they plan their teaching and they teach the students in the way they do not get opportunity to learn. Definitely, we provide on-campus and off-campus placements. Grooming and training is given to students from experts from educational fields, and they become eligible for campus placements, and they get selected for their dream jobs. So you want to become a BEd, you want to do the BEd. What is the eligibility criteria? For this, you should be graduate, minimum 50% marks for open category, minimum 45% marks for reserve category. Along with it, BEd CET from any state of India is must. We at MIT WPU are also conducting our own CET, which is called as PERA. If you wish, you can apply for that CET also. This is our admission calendar. We are going to give CET orientation workshop where we will be training you on the different types of questions that are asked in CET, the marking scheme, how to solve those questions. The workshop, detailed workshop, it is taken by us. Then our PERA CET, it will be conducted in the last week of May, and Maharashtra CET, it is scheduled on 13th and 14th of June. The result and merit list declaration, it will be done in the second week of June. And for Maharashtra CET, on 2nd July, the merit list will be declared. Fees for the course, it is 45,000 per year. It's a 2-year course where we follow trimester pattern. Trimester pattern where after every 3 months, examination is taken. Complete syllabus, it is divided into 6 trimesters. At one point, you do not have to be loaded with a lot of subjects. Just learn 2, 3, 4 subjects in one trimester, give the examination, then in the next trimester, the different subjects. In this way, teaching learning process becomes quite easy. We also give scholarships. Scholarships are based on merit scholarship. So we also give 100% tuition fee waiver, and we have tuition fees concession based on your percentage, as you can see on this slide. If you have greater than 70% in graduation and greater than 80% in 12th standard, you will get 100% tuition fee waiver. And depending upon your percentage, graduation percentage, you will be getting 50, 40, and 25% waiver on tuition fees. Students, let us embark on this beautiful journey towards a more literate tomorrow together. Let us enroll for this B.Ed course. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that lovely presentation with such detailed information on the B.Ed program here at MIT World Peace University. Students, you already saw such crucial information that was shared with you in that presentation, including the tentative admission schedule that we have for the B.Ed program. And of course, right now, as you can see, we are currently open to the admissions applications for this particular program. So I ask you to log in to admissions.mitwpu.edu.in and select the program of your choice and send in your applications to us. We are, of course, going through an uncertain situation. So I highly recommend that you do this earlier than later, simply because it will allow us to serve you better, get in touch with you personally, and help you out with the rest of the selection procedure. We also have a dedicated WhatsApp number. So after this webinar is over, if you still have questions and queries, you can reach out to us on this WhatsApp number, and the number is 9881 492 848. You can also see that we have a screen on where this number is also visible, along with a few more landline numbers and the email admissions@mitwpu.edu.in. These are all ways of reaching out to us in case of concerns or further queries. All right, dear students, we see that there are lots of questions coming in our Q&A section. So we will be jumping right to that segment now. And while we go on to the Q&A section, shortly in a few minutes, you will see on our screen a Word doc that is being shared with you, where we've walked the long path and answered some frequently asked questions from students for you. And for this segment, we will be joined by Dr. Archana ma'am and Priya ma'am. And Neeta ma'am will also be joining us. Okay, so we have lots and lots of questions today. So I will be taking up I will be taking these up one by one. So let's start this round right away. And students, you can continue asking questions. We want to give you all the relevant information that we can. So moving on to our first question, Rucha Gokhale asks us, if I decide to do the B.Ed program from MIT WPU, is it okay if I give only the set exam, CET exam?
CET is definitely, it is compulsory. The basic eligibility, as I already said, it is graduation with 50% marks if you are from open category, and 40%, 45% marks if you are from reserve category. And CET you can give from Maharashtra CET, or you can give CET which is conducted by MIT World Based University also. Any one CET will do. But CET giving is compulsory, and cracking the CET is also compulsory.
Okay, great. Moving on to our next question. Jigna asks us, is correspondence course available at this institute as I stay in Hyderabad?
Okay, Chet. Actually, this B.Ed course, it's a regular course. It's not a correspondence course. So staying at Hyderabad, it will become difficult for you to complete the course. For that, you have to come to Pune or to complete this course, because it's a regular course. It's not a correspondence course.
Okay, great.
Suchi, I wanted to just add to that.
Absolutely.
So look, in B.Ed, there are a lot of institutes, a lot of small institutes also all across the country. So when, and a lot of these institutes will tell you that 1 year B.Ed is enough. But a recognized proper degree is 2 years and it is full time. There is a difference. If you are targeting, and most of us are, to be truthful, the best schools and the best pay packages, then a 2 year full-time B.Ed degree is what matters. I mean, that's me from an admissions and placements point of view, because these are two departments I have worked in. So, you know, from that perspective, it's always good to do a full-time and a 2 year course, because that's what's recognized, and from a reputed university, which is recognized by the Teaching Association, UGC, so ours is recognized by both, of course. But if you want a good pay package and you want to be in the better schools, which is corresponding to the pay package, then it's better to do a degree and a full-time and 2 years. A lot of institutes around there will tell you 1 year is enough, you know, and a diploma is enough. But to be truthful, the best schools take you only if you've done full-time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Wise words there, dear students. Absolutely, we cannot undermine the importance of a full-time degree in education that is given versus a correspondence course. So if it is possible and feasible, you must look into those options so that you can have a better career prospect. Okay, we have Priyanka asking us her next question. Tell me the duration of the B.Ed program.
Yeah, Priyanka, duration of B.Ed program, it is 2 years. It's 2 years full-time program. As Neeta ma'am rightly said, that there are few institutes who say that you can complete 1 year B.Ed. But as per NCT, that is National Council for Teacher Education, which is a recognized body for any teacher education program, as per their policies, 2 years B.Ed, that is full-time B.Ed, it's compulsory. And whenever you will go outside for placement to any schools, they are going to see whether your degree is recognized and whether you have done 2 years B.Ed course.
Great, all right. Our next question, next student asks us the question, I want to give the set exam conducted by your institute. What is the procedure to enroll for the set exam?
Okay. It's a CET that is taken by us. It's a registered body. So for this, we will be having online forms open. So once the link is open, we will let you know the link. Then you need to fill up the form, online form. Once the online form is filled up, the hall ticket will be generated, which you will be getting on your email. And on the given date, right now we have schedule in the last week of May. But looking at the current scenario, let us see if we can stick to the same dates. So we'll definitely will convey you the dates. And once the dates are declared, then on the same day, you need to come to our campus to give the examination. So the pattern will be completely objectives. MCQs will be there. You need to select the MCQs and complete the CT.
Okay, great. Very detailed information there for you, Jigna. I hope you grasped all of that. The entire process is online. It is only at the last stage, once your hall ticket is generated and you have the date, you will be required to come on campus to appear for the set exam. And of course, by the end of May, which will be the tentative date for this exam, if situation does not improve, we will be getting in touch with you to ensure that we streamline the policies accordingly, and we can do it in a way that every student can appear for the exam. So I
Yes.
hope that is a word of assurance there and makes you feel better. All right, we're going to go on to our next question. Is there any job assistance provided after the completion of the program?
Yes, definitely. Very good question that you have asked. Definitely, we do provide job assistance. And I think my colleague Priya Kare, she will be able to give the proper answer to this. And Priya Kare, I request you to give answer to this question.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Thank you for this question because this is the basic question for each and every student who want to take admission for B.Ed. So yes, we do
Yeah,
provide.
ma'am, if I can just request you to be a little louder, you're just falling a little soft for all of us.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, so we do provide the job assistance after completing the B.Ed. Once the student get enrolled for B.Ed, our placement and counseling cell trains the student for giving the interview. We have several workshops like how to write the resume, how to write the appropriate application for entering in school, what is the school process for each board. Like Archana ma'am has said, there are different boards. HSC, SSC board, CBSC board, ICSC board. So every board has different process, and we do have experts from the field who come to us and they train the students. Like every school's policy is different, and accordingly, if the student has to sustain in that particular school, so they need to understand this policy. And we do have internships. So when student is in first year, the student is supposed to complete 1 month internship, and in second year a student is supposed to complete 4 month internship. And those who have good skills, good abilities, they do get opportunity for paid internship, and that is the best background for them to get selected in that particular school. And it is a case for many B.Ed students. Those who complete 4 months internship in any school, they get the offer letter, and those who get the paid internship, again they get the good certificate. We do have best schools in our list like Podar International School, Vibgyor High School, and there are so many schools in and around Pune. So we have started our college in 2007. So there are almost any school in Pune where I can see my alumni, and they do help these students. They do come to us and they train these students how to go about the school job.
Great, ma'am. Thank you so much for all that relevant information. Alka, I really hope that answers your question. Absolutely 100% assistance provided when it comes to jobs post the degree. Like ma'am mentioned, there are internship opportunities during the degree that you have. And of course, that even increases your chances further of making an industry connect in the education sector. Okay, so we are going to move on to our next question now. Where can I find the sample questions that are asked in the set exam, and how can I prepare for the entrance exam?
Okay. See, there are different sites on Google. From there also you will get the sample questions. But let me tell you, here at MIT WPU, we are conducting the workshop where it's free of charge, where our teachers who are really expert in this particular field, they will come and they will guide you on what type of questions are asked, how to do the preparation. And we conduct detailed workshop where we give you a lot of practice also. I think Priya will be able to tell more on this also. Yeah, Priya, you would like to add to this?
Priya ma'am, I believe you are on mute. So I think you need to, yes.
Yes. So yes, we do conduct the CT orientation workshop. So it is basically 2 days workshops where we explain the syllabus, we give the reference material, and along with that we ask the sample question and we provide some web links where you can practice the online test. And it helps you to crack the CT examination. All faculty members interact with you about the CT because there are so many students who have not done anything for many years. They have taken the break, so they have a bit little fear in their mind about how to crack the CT. But all the faculties, they do support in preparing for the CT. And it is, as Archana ma'am said in her during her presentation, the CT workshop is planned at the end of the May. We will just see how the circumstances go on, and accordingly we'll able to convey you the exact date of the workshop. And this is free of cost, so those who want to do B.Ed, those who want to give B.Ed CT, they can come and join the workshop.
Okay, excellent information there for Richa and all the other students. Students, I think more you listen to this webinar, you realize how much support is actually being extended by the MIT World Peace University. Our staff is, of course, working relentlessly to ensure that you are supported throughout the entire process of the admission as well as the program. And like Priya ma'am and Archana ma'am did confirm, you are being given workshops even to prepare for the entrance exams that we take here. So my recommendation to you, please avail these services. They are free of cost. And make sure you put your best foot forward for this program and for your career, in fact. All right, so we are going to take this to the next question now. We have Varada asking us, when will be the MIT B.Ed entrance exam? When will it be conducted?
Yeah, this I've already conveyed that it will be in the last week of May. Last Saturday of May it was decided, but again, depending upon the scenario, depending upon the current situation of this lockdown, we will be conveying you the confirmed date of MIT, the CT that is going to be conducted by MIT WPU.
Okay, great. And I think, ma'am, if you can just one more time cover how a student can apply for the set entrance exam.
Yes, see, once we will declare the dates, the online forms will be available on the link. So we will share the link to you. You need to fill up the online form. After filling up the online form, the hall ticket will be generated. It will come to your email ID. Once you get your hall ticket, on the given date, you need to come to MIT World Peace University to give the examination. This examination will not be online. This examination will be manually, it will be done. The questions will be multiple choice questions. The pattern will be the same, which is prescribed by the central government. So on the same pattern, our CET will also be conducted.
Great. Thank you so much, ma'am. So we are now moving on to our next question. Once again from Richa. Is there an age limit for the B.Ed course? If so, what is it?
No, there is no age limit at all. Like we have heterogeneous group. This year, in fact, we have 56 years old lady who is doing B.Ed. So definitely there is no age limit. The minimum eligibility is your graduation. If you feel that yes, you have passion for teaching, if you feel that you have that energy to teach the students, definitely at any age you can join, and believe me, at any age you get placement also. We have students who are 45, 50 years old who have completed their B.Ed, but still they got placement in good schools. Only required thing is the passion for teaching, the readiness to teach, and that willingness to learn. That is more important. Age is not the matter.
Great. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right, dear students, I hope all of this information is helping you feel more and more focused about what is it that you want out of your next career choice, and what is the academic program that you want to lean into for the kind of career prospects that you want to see in your life. And of course, I'd like to inform you, as was well covered in Archana ma'am's presentation as well today, that the education sector is a wide sector, especially today. And there is a lot of demand for teachers out there in the market. So this is a great time to venture into this domain and to to really venture into it and pursue the kind of programs and degrees that will really allow you to solidify your career in this field. Okay, so we are now again going on to our next question. Okay, we have another question, and I think a lot of students are still deciding, and I can see that in a lot of their questions. So we have another student asking us, can a BTech student apply for B.Ed, and will it be a good choice for the student to opt for this course?
Very good question. Definitely yes. BTech students, MBA students, even CA, you can come from any background. In fact, we need such teachers who have done such kind of graduation. Graduation, it does not mean that you only have to complete your BA or BCom or BSc. Even if you have done your graduation as engineer, maybe as CA, as maybe MCA from computer background, we have students coming from all these varied backgrounds. And let me tell you, they are doing excellent job in the schools. We have one student who had completed his CA. After that, just because of the passion, he came to us. He completed his B.Ed. Now he is at Hyderabad and he is doing excellent job, and he is very happy with his career also. So definitely, even if you have done your engineering, if you have done your MBA, if you have done any other professional degree, you are most welcome to the teaching field, because teaching is nothing but it's related to your passion, how you want to teach the students. That is more important.
Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you so much. Okay, we have our next question from Saurabh, and he asks us, is the B.Ed course at MIT World Peace University divided into full-time and part-time?
Saurabh. Saurabh, as I already told you, it's a full-time course. Yeah, so there is no part-time course or correspondence course like this. But yes, definitely our college timings are going to be in the afternoon. And we are also going to conduct lectures on Saturdays and Sundays, online lectures we are going to conduct, so that in case of difficulty in attending few sessions in the college, maybe you can attend those sessions on Saturdays and Sundays online at home. There will be facility of recording of those videos also, so you can go through those videos also. So definitely this is a skill-based course, so there cannot be part-time or correspondence kind of thing. But yes, definitely, we are going to make this particular program convenient to all of you. That much I can assure you.
Okay, great. All right, our next student asks us, this is Preeti asking us, are there any online workshops available for working professionals?
Yeah, Preeti. Right now, I said that not online workshops, but yes, we are going to conduct online lectures. Live lectures will be conducted on different platforms that WPU has. So you will have this opportunity to have interaction also, just like classroom. So it's going to be virtual classroom so that we can have on Saturdays and Sundays. So that opportunity definitely you will get.
Okay, great. All right, Akanksha is asking us, is it true that open category students have to appear for one extra exam other than the set exam?
No, it's not for open category. Yeah, English eligibility test. So along with CET, if you want to take admission for English medium college, then you need to give English eligibility test. So, but it is compulsory for all. It is compulsory for open category as well as for reserve category. So there is no separate exam as such for open category. But yes, for taking admission in English medium college, you need to give that English eligibility test. But it's going to be very basic. They just want to know whether you understand English or no. Otherwise, if you do not understand English at all, and still if you are taking admission in English medium college, then it's not going to solve the purpose. That is the only aim of conducting English eligibility test, where the basic grammar will be.
Absolutely. Okay, our next question, I can see that a lot of students are very much interested in this program that we offer, and they really, really want to know about the entrance exam that we have here and how they can crack it. So we have our next student, Priyanka, asking us how to prepare for the set exam.
Yeah, Priyanka. For preparation, practice is very important. Firstly, understanding the pattern of the question, understanding the maybe reasoning, logical thinking behind that question. So definitely practice is going to help you. Along with it, a lot of reading, because CET also contains questions which are based on general knowledge. It has questions which are related to teacher's aptitude. So it's general aptitude that a teacher should have. So a lot of reading and practice. These two are very required for cracking any CET.
Okay, great. Ma'am, I do know that you mentioned that the pattern of the CET exam is MCQs, so multiple choice questions.
Yes.
Are there also different sections of the exam, and what would they be, and if what are the marks allocated to each section and all those details?
See, basically, the complete pattern, it is divided, the complete test, it is divided in sections. Not exactly in sections, but yes, the questions are divided into sections. It contains questions related to teacher's aptitude, questions related to general knowledge, questions related to logical thinking, logical reasoning, and questions related to basic English. So these are the areas, and on these areas, the questions are divided. The maximum weightage, it is given to teacher's aptitude, and then followed by your logical reasoning, and the minimum weightage, it is given to GK. This is how complete 100 marks are divided into these 4 categories.
All right, students, there you heard it. 100 marks in total for the set exam, with maximum weightage being given to the teacher's aptitude segment. I also want to let you know on that note that of course we are providing you workshops absolutely free of cost so that you can prep better and crack the set entrance exam that we have for our B.Ed program. At this point, maybe I can ask Priya ma'am to quickly tell us once again as to the free workshops which are available for all students who are interested in taking them for cracking this exam. Over to you,
Yes,
Priya ma'am.
yes, sure. So as I've said, it is a 2-day workshop. So the timing of the workshop, yeah, generally every year we take, that is 10 to 4. And in the beginning, for first 2 hours, we explain what is CT, what is the syllabus of CT, how many papers they are supposed to give for CT. And after that, each faculty member who has the expertise of that subject, as Archana ma'am told, teachers aptitude, general awareness, logical reasoning. So every faculty prepares the questions, they explain the syllabus, they provide the reference links, and after that we conduct a small sample test on the same day. At the end of the workshop, at the end of the second day, we kept the small test for the students, that is the sample test, in which they have to appear two papers, that is CT test and English test, because ours is an English medium college and the student have to show their eligibility in English language. So this test has been taken. We just check the paper and we tell them the result, so that they came to know that how much they are supposed to prepare for the actual examination. After that, we provide some reference material and we give some web links where they can practice online. So every day they can take one subject. Like one day they can go with the logical reasoning. One day they can go with the teacher's aptitude, which is a deep subject, and accordingly they can test their own knowledge. And all the faculty members are there if they find any difficulty. So at the end of the workshop, we do share the contact numbers of the faculty. So if the student is facing any difficulty regarding teacher's aptitude, so the teacher who has conducted the subject teacher's aptitude, the students can directly contact them and they can ask the difficulty. This is how we conduct the workshops and we support. And till the examination, we are in touch with the students so that they can share their difficulties and queries with the staff members.
All right, dear students, I hope you heard that word for word. There cannot be a better support system for you as what Priya ma'am was just referring to, wherein you're being given free workshops, even to appear for the set entrance exam. I really, really urge you to make use of it. And of course, all of that begins once you send in your admissions applications to us. And for that, you're gonna have to go to admissions.mitwpu.edu.in and select B.Ed program if that's your program of choice, and send in your admissions applications to us so that we can take this forward for you and get in touch with you and get you all the relevant help and support that you need to make it. Okay, we have our next question now, and our student asks, is there an installment facility available for paying the fees of this program?
Yes, definitely we do have installment facility. At the time of admission, you can pay some amount, and then maybe in 2 to 3 installments. It all depends upon the policy. So as the policy, you can pay in installment. Let me tell you one more thing that I already explained it in my presentation, that we do have scholarships also, which is based on complete your merit. So if you have scored about 75% in your graduation, then you will be getting maybe 25% waiver on your tuition fees. If you have got marks between 80 to 85% in your graduation, then you will be getting 40%. And if you have scored more than 85% in your graduation, you will be getting 50% off on your tuition fees. So we do have scholarship policies also. And yes, along with it, we do have installment facility also.
Wonderful to hear that. Students, you can hear that there is a great scholarship policy as well that is available for you to avail. So please, there are more details of this on our website. So go ahead and check those details out. I think our whole talk about the entrance exam and the free workshops has students very even more curious now. And Priya ma'am, I'd like to ask you, we have Monica asking us, when do we have the workshop? Monica, I asked you to put your questions, in the future in the Q&A section, but for now I'm taking this because it's an important one. When do we have the workshops?
Yes, so every year we do have the workshop at the last week of May, but right now we cannot we are not sure about whether we will be able to conduct the same workshop. Yes, we are discussing about taking this workshop online, but still we have to wait till all the situation gets clear. And once the date is decided, we will be able to convey the exact date to the students when we are going to conduct this workshop. But for sure, we will be conducting this workshop for the better knowledge of the students.
Okay, great. So, students, you heard that either it'll go online if the situation that we have right now does not change, or it will be conducted on campus if that is feasible. But either way, the workshops will happen for sure, and you will definitely get the support that you need. Okay, last few questions coming up. Do you provide any value-added certification programs to help a student get a job who is pursuing this degree?
Yeah, excellent questions. Definitely. Definitely, we are having value-added certification courses. Few very important and very uh, unique this courses of MIT WPU. It is peace education. It is rural immersion, as I already said. So definitely we provide certification for that. Along with that, we also conduct few certification courses at our end. Like we do conduct value-added courses on new trends on pedagogy. We do conduct certification courses on mentoring and coaching. So definitely every year we have different topics on which we do conduct value added certification courses, and we do give certificates also to the students, which will add to their professional development.
Okay, all right. Um, our next question is from a student who's asking us, I did not understand what you meant about the English medium college. Is this course available in other regional languages also?
Yes. See, in Maharashtra, it is available in Marathi also, like all the regional languages. If you go to Gujarat, it is available in Gujarati. If you go to Bengal, it is available in Bengali also. So in all the regional languages, this course is available. And along with it, there are few institutes, there are few colleges who are offering completely English, English, they are English medium colleges. Their medium of instruction is English. There are colleges who are teaching, your medium of instruction is Hindi also. So definitely the B.Ed course is run using different languages.
All right, Khagesh, I hope that answers your question. Basically, here at MIT World Peace University, we offer the B.Ed program in English only. Therefore, it is important for you to showcase your eligibility criteria in terms of you understanding the language, which is why I think there was a discussion there with ma'am about the whole English medium part of it. Okay, we have another question from Suchi asking us, what is the salary that I will be getting after doing a B.Ed degree?
Yeah, there's a range of salaries, definitely. Priya, would you like to talk on this?
Yes, this is the most frequent questions asked when the students come to us to get the admission. Yes, as we have told, there are different schools, different board schools. So salary again, salary is different as per the board. If it is a SSC board school and it is a government school, so you have the complete idea about the pay band and 7th pay. But yes, there are some CBSE schools, ICSE schools, IGCSE schools and IB schools. So the salary depends upon your knowledge, your skills, abilities and your experience and the post which is offered to you. Let me share one example with you. There was one student who had taken 16 years break after the graduation due to her family, and a reputed school came to us, that is Podar International School, and she was hesitating to give the interview, but forcefully we said whatever, you just go and give the interview, and you won't believe she got the offer of the principal of new school, and where she was offered almost 50K salary per month. So again, it depends how you are involved in the course. And as I have told, right from day one, we do check your abilities. We do train you with several skills about teaching, how to be, how to sustain in the school, how you can do for learning. The syllabus is designed accordingly. We do have the industry expert. Now, this is the 13th year of our course. So we do have some alumni who have become the recruiters now. So they also do come to us and they do train our students. Like if you want to go to IGCSE board, if you want to really prepare for IB board, what exactly you need to do. And yes, the salary, it starts from maybe from 8,000 per month to 40 to 70,000 per month. So again, it is depend upon your own ability and how much you are going to give to that particular job. But for sure, we are there to provide complete assistance to you. Yes, we do see the spark in the student, and all the faculty members, they have conduct the they conduct various workshops, and the placement training is given to you. And in MIT World Peace University, you just don't get training about how to crack the interviews, but also how to networking, how to do the networking, how to do the branding of yourself. Yes, we do have some entrepreneurship courses to you. So in this way, you can decide your caliber, and accordingly you can get the salary from the respective school.
Thank you so much, Priya ma'am, for that. Absolutely, dear students. Speaking of placements and career prospects, of course, I'm sure all of you know, and this was also covered by Archana ma'am in her presentation, that a step into the education sector is not just jobs in schools and colleges. It's also jobs in the corporate sector. It's also jobs in the e-learning companies that are sprouting up in today's marketplace. And whether you have dreams of being a teacher and actually teaching students, or maybe you want to jump onto the administration side of schools and educational institutes, or perhaps you have corporate dreams. You dream of an ambitious corporate career. Either way, all those avenues are definitely open to you, apart from also following the path of entrepreneurship if you really feel the calling for it. So, dear students, this is what I tell you, that, it is absolutely what you want to make of your degree. The avenues are very much there, and you have the freedom to make those choices today. Okay, now we want to move on to our last few questions. Is there any scholarship given for category students?
No, scholarship is not given for category students, but as I already mentioned, it is completely merit-based. If you have those percentage which are given as per the policy, then you get benefit of the scholarship.
Okay, and we have another student asking us, what is the eligibility criteria for the B.Ed program?
For B.Ed program, graduation is compulsory. Graduation can be from any field. And for open category, minimum 50% marks. For reserve category, 45% marks. And along with it, B.Ed CET, it can be from any state of India, or you can give CET, which is conducted by MIT WPU, which is called as BEDA. So this is the basic eligibility. Age, no bar. At any age, you can appear for the CET and you can do your B.Ed course.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So you heard that, dear students, age is no bar. If you have the passion and the calling, here is your chance to apply for this program at admissions.mitwpu.edu.in. And you've heard our esteemed faculty members today who've told you the kind of support that we make sure that we feel responsible for towards all the students who want to join the MIT World Peace family for their next career decisions. Okay, and students, we are almost at the end of our webinar here today. And I do want to remind you that we are open for admissions currently. So please go on and send in your admissions to us earlier than later, because it allows us to get in touch with you personally and send you all the relevant information that you need to have to make sure that your admissions process is as seamless as possible. Of course, with the COVID-19 pandemic and the lockdown of our country, we are living in uncertain times, and we are working relentlessly to make sure that the entire admissions process is absolutely being streamlined so that every student who has interest in this degree has a chance to go for it. Okay, now, dear students, I also want to let you know that we have a dedicated WhatsApp number, and you can see that on our screen currently. It is 9881 492 848. Support is here, dear students, even after this webinar is over, and you can log in into that WhatsApp number and share your concerns or questions, and we will be getting you all the information that you need to make even more stronger decisions for yourself. Lastly, I think we had lots of students asking us if this recording would be published anywhere. Well, you are in luck, of course, because we will be publishing this webinar on YouTube in a couple of days' time. So you just need to log on to YouTube and look for MIT World Peace University, the official YouTube channel. And we will be posting this webinar in a few days, maybe a little more than 2 or 3 days, but do keep an eye out for it, because it is absolutely going to be available for your reference in the next few days. I know there was a lot of important information shared in today's webinar, given the presentation that we had and the Word doc of frequently asked questions, and of course the WhatsApp number and all the relevant links. So do look out for that video on YouTube in the future and come back to us on WhatsApp or our email if you have any further questions. With that, dear students, we come to the end of today's webinar. Thank you everyone so much, our esteemed faculty members, as well as dear students. Thank you so much for joining us for today's live webinar. I will be quickly launching a student feedback poll, because we always want to hear if you found this webinar helpful, so that we can come back to you with even better information in the next few webinars that we are planning just for you. I can see that 85% of you have already voted. And if we can just have the next few students do the honors. Okay, great. I think we just ended the poll, and thank you once again for joining us today. I wish you a safe stay. Please stay indoors, stay at home, and we are here. We will be coming back very soon to answer all your questions again. Thank you so much.